what I try to do is understand the person I'm speaking to. Like what do they care about and how can it does mean no good to be just like upset or angry or cold to anyone because that's not going to serve like what my intention is to help the environment or build a project together. So what I try to do is meet someone where they're at. And I think it's having patience, of course, like I'm encouraged. There's so many things we're frustrated about. We had a few NOAA grants that were pulled that were supposed to support our lab. But, what I can say is, even with the current administration, all right, well, if people don't align with the coastal resilience and the environmental benefit, let me show you how this work also helps support the economy. Let me show you how this actually will help bring people's livelihoods, but create new jobs. Let me show you how this will actually help guarantee even the future of Florida and more resilience. Like a healthy, thriving environment means healthy, thriving community. And so it's having the patience and understanding to know, all right, ultimately, I really believe no matter politics aside, like we all want the same thing. We want to have the right to do what we love, support our families. And also, everybody wants a healthy environment. We just have different viewpoints on how to get there. And so, the more that people drop that polarity, I always view it like I give an analogy of saying we're all thirsty for something, right? Um, but when you're thirsty, you need to drink water, a liquid. But some people are providing water as steam, as anger, or as ice, and it's cold and closed off. And both of those are ways that you can't receive it. So to me, it does no service for me to be mad or again, like closed off to something because it's not in a way that's going to help us move forward or meet a medium. And so I think there's an incredible need for balance right now, especially in America. And whether whichever administration's in office, I really believe that we can work to find a way to try to work with them. And it's really being able to show and have the patience to let them experience value. I think through experience, people change their relationships. And we've even worked with like more, I'd say even like conservative Republican side of groups that maybe wouldn't typically engage with conservation in the way that it's been noted in recent years. Actually, Republicans like Teddy Roosevelt and even other conservative presidents in the past have supported conservation in the national parks. So it's really like a heart issue. I think it's less of politics. We've polarized it so far today, and I'd say even with the current administration, like it's still a heart issue. It's the fact that like maybe he's not connected to nature. Maybe he didn't have an experience that he views it as beneficial because he doesn't understand it. And, I think people have to approach things in a way of like, okay, how can I work with this to make people see and understand and feel what we're talking about? And that's really our goal over time. But I definitely share the same sentiment and frustration. And, what we're hoping to do now is work with agencies and say, like, let me demonstrate what the value of this is, not just alive, but even the process of restoring it, how it can actually help the community, not just from a mental health and giving hope, but actual economic support. You know how much tourism? We went and dove this on the 4th of July. I spent 35 hours underwater the last few weeks just doing prep on the site and maintenance. And we had someone fly from California for one of our events for Live Blue. I was like, what? To Florida. And then I dove, somebody came from Jacksonville. So, they're coming to come snorkel this new reef site. They're staying at a hotel. They're spending money, but they're actually getting to come experience the ocean. So I think it's how we relate to things. And to me, that's what I would say for the current administration. Oh, you don't care about the environment? Well, all right. You care about the economy? Let me show you, you know? And that's really my goal is to meet people where they're at and try to see how we can build a project still together that can meet both interests. I think people tend to demonize either side and they get very reactive, but we need to try to go away from that and see like where can we come to the middle and meet. And that's what my hopes is with our work. But yeah, I mean, I've been never thought I'd be getting into politics, but I inadvertently I have to be with some of the work that we do, and I've learned a lot, and I definitely see the need for especially new policy reform around the ocean. So I see myself getting involved with politics to a degree. Some people have jokingly said like you should run for president. I don't know, maybe one day, but we got a lot of work for the oceans first.